In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how to delete that stubborn belly fat forever. You've probably been trying so many different ways to delete this belly fat, right? To destroy it. You're probably working out a bunch. You're probably trying all the latest nutrition fads, trying to do keto, trying to intermittent fast, trying to eat a lot, trying not to eat a lot, trying CrossFit. Tried all sorts of things, but nothing seems to be working 100%. And this is especially true if you count yourself as a high performing man. You sit at a desk maybe 40, 50 hours a week, maybe 60 hours a week, right? You're responsible for a large team. Maybe you've got a lot of projects to manage. Maybe you've got a promotion coming up, and you also want to spend time with your friends, your family, and loved ones. So the key thing in order to make it possible without having to sacrifice one for the other is to ensure that you're doing the right things at the right time and no more and no less. The top performers in the world, the top high performing men in the world, spend hours in the gym, don't spend hours tracking and weighing all their food, and they don't spend hours trying to optimize every little detail. They focus on the basics and ensure that they got them so dialed in that it already brings them 80% of the results just from 20% of the work. It's the 80-20 rule. So how do you do this? It's very simple. When it comes to your workouts, first of all, it's going to come down to three different things. It's going to come down to your workout. It's going to come down to your nutrition. It's going to come down to your recovery. And I lied, there's actually a fourth. It is your identity. And I'm going to cover all of those right now. So first of all, workouts. You've got to keep it very simple. 3 to 4 times a week in the gym maximum. Anywhere from, if you're a beginner, maybe 20 minutes all the way up to 45 minutes to an hour maximum. That's the complete cutoff point, is all you need to be spending in the gym. Now, you might say that's too short. I, for one, found it way too short. But if you're doing the right things in the gym with the right intensity and you're following the right plan and with the right progressions, then you're going to get the results. It's like if you have a load of Excel sheets to do or a lot of tasks to do at work and you spend hours manually trying to do them, manually typing in the formulas, manually researching it, when what you could do is get ChatGPT or whatever AI you want to use to write the formula for you. You get the same result, just with less work. Now, the ego will try and take over and it will say, I did it myself and the hard work was worth it. The results are the same. So do you want the ego to be happy or do you want to get the results? At the end of the day, I personally care about results and I'm sure you do too. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. Now, notice I said 3 to 4 times a week in the gym. The gym is the key word. Outside of the gym, you should be doing maybe a sport or activity that you like. A lot of people like paddle in the corporate world these days, or Brazilian jiu-jitsu. Just getting some steps in, having fun. Those two go together. I was talking to a client recently and I let him know, because he didn't understand, that gym and other physical activities go hand in hand, right? There's a synergy between them. You don't want to pick one or the other. The benefits you get from doing both, not double the amount of volume, but doing a little bit of each one, is going to get you the best results possible, right? Now, when it comes to your nutrition, please never count calories again. If you're a bodybuilder, you can go and you do your thing, but you're not a bodybuilder. If you are, you probably shouldn't be on this video, because that's not who I'm trying to help, right? You don't have time to be counting every single calorie. And everyone that has tried it, including myself, yes, while it may work, it takes up too much time and too much mental effort and too much energy, so you can't sustain it. And if you can't sustain it, what's the point? So what I use and what a lot of the people I work with use is called the plate method. Now, the plate method is you're going to take a plate, whatever your favorite plate is, and you're going to look at it from a bird's eye point of view. I want you to look at it and split it into 75%, so 3/4 high quality sources of protein. Think your meat, think your eggs, think your fish. Don't stress over it being the most high quality. Just get whatever you can and start there, right? That's the main thing. Then the other 25% is going to be high quality sources of carbs, rice, vegetables, potatoes, a mix of all of them ideally. And what this allows you to do is now you know that you're getting a right amount of protein, so you're going to be full, so you're not going to go overeat. You're getting the right amount of carbs, so you can still use energy, because our brains especially use a lot of sugar for their energy source, right? So you want to make sure you're getting those carbs in. You don't want to just rely on burning fat all the time. The body's not too efficient with it. Now, the key thing is that you do not pile the plate very high. All you really need to do is keep it level, as flat as you can, and just stick to this for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, or however many meals that you have a day, whether it's 2, 3, 4, whatever. Now, over time, you're going to track your weight. If your weight's going down and you want it to go down, you're burning that fat, the weight's trending in the right direction, you're eating enough, and you can probably keep it more or less the same. But if your weight's staying the same over a couple of weeks or maybe going up, all I have to do is reduce the volume on this particular plate, because that's all counting calorie does. It allows you to do solid portion control. But now that you have the same measurement every single time, even if you're eating different foods, which you will probably do all the time, is you can just reduce the overall volume of the plate, or you can just get a smaller plate. That's another way of controlling volume, right? It's so simple. The key though is that you stick with this over time. Trust it, track it, see what happens. And the only way to see if you will like something is if you try it out, and then you'll see if it works. And trust me, it works. I use it to this day. And it's so easy. It requires no extra time, just a little bit of willpower. That's it. Then the thing that makes this work is you're not allowed to snack throughout the day. Try and avoid it as much as possible. There'll be days where you do snack or whatever, but try and eliminate that as much as possible. Even if you have 2 snacks a day and you reduce it to 1, that's already a good start, because that's what's going to cause you to want to eat more, right? And especially sugary snacks is going to spike your blood sugar. You want to eat more to curb the drop in the spike of blood sugar. After it goes up, it must come down. So you just want to avoid that entirely. Now, if you're still feeling hungry, you just need to eat more in those meals. It requires a bit of trial and error at the beginning, but trust me, it's worth it. It is so worth it. Now, when it comes to recovery, it's very simple. You already know you need to sleep, right? 7 to 9 hours of sleep, all that sort of stuff, right? But I'd say that's, like, a lot of people understand that. That's not the problem. The problem is your stress. You're probably so stressed. I know I am, right? And I know I was, especially when I was in my 9 to 5, right? All those things such as project deadlines, meetings, uncomfortable conversations with your managers, things have gone wrong, on top of trying to support your family, on top of trying to support yourself, feels like there's never enough time, and that builds so much stress. So you need to be actively looking after yourself first by reducing that stress. Simple ways to do this are go for a walk, maybe take a walking meeting, take a walk without your phone, set some time aside maybe to just go away from your screens every hour, maybe 2 hours, whatever you can do, set an alarm, go sit somewhere else in a different room, close your eyes and just relax, maybe have a nap, right? No one's going to find out, right? Maybe have a nap, set an alarm. Of course, you don't want to sleep the whole day, right? But just these little things are going to make such a big difference. And when your stress drops, there's a hormone called cortisol that drops as well. Cortisol is your stress hormone. When that's really high, it holds on to fat because it thinks you're in a survival state that you might die soon. So it has to hold on all that fat for emergency energy. But you're just in the corporate world. You're not going to die from it. It may feel like it, but you're not getting hunted. So we need to reduce that cortisol, and that will just make it easier to lose fat if you do nothing else. Absolutely nothing else. Like, that is so, so key. Now, the final thing, and I think it's the most important thing, is your identity. You're not going to be able to do any of this. And even if you do some of it, you're not going to be able to stick to it if you don't truly believe that you can get the results that you want. If you want to lose 10 kilograms and you want it to be mainly fat, or all of it fat, and you want to get lean and you want to be full of energy, you have to start believing that you can become that person. Now, how do you do that? You have to start taking the actions that that version of you would do, and you have to start thinking like that version of you who got those results. For example, like I said, trying to lose 10 kilos. Right now, you've never been this overweight and it's upsetting. So you're like, a version of me right now, he doesn't really work out that much. He's stressing all the time. He's snacking all the time. What would the version of me who's already got the results do to keep it? I'd probably be working out. He'd probably wouldn't eat this snack that I'm eating right now. He'd probably spend a bit more time sleeping, etc. He'd probably like the gym. Now, if you just do all of those things, or aim to do as many of those things as possible, and it builds up over time, you now have the results. You now start acting like it. And when you act like that person, you know what happens next? The results catch up. There's a bit of a lag. Don't go to the gym the first day. No matter how much exercise you do, you're not going to transform. But over a week, a month, a year, you're going to see incredible transformations. If you would like help implementing this, because it's a lot easier said than done, and sometimes having someone in your corner to help keep you accountable and keep you on track means you don't have to rely on your own willpower, and that means you're not as stressed, right? So you see how the cycle continues. If this is you, go to my calendar in the description. I've opened up some new slots. Let's jump on a call. We're going to discuss where you are now, where you want to get to, and discuss how to apply this protocol I've told you in this video, specifically to you in your situations. And let's stop messing around, and let's just get you the results that you deserve.